and I ain't never gonna back down.
Coming up on football tonight, the Lafayette Fighting Irish trying to move to 4-0 on the season, but Savannah standing in the way. In a battle of two top 10 Class 1 teams, East Buchanan hosting Hamilton in a KCI showdown, and for the first time ever, Bishop Leblanc and St. Joseph Christian squaring off on the field. Highlights from this new city rivalry and plenty more coming up on football tonight.
Do you understand what you're witnessing? You cannot tell what the difference is. I want it all and I'm winning it. I do not care about opinions. Time to make a few decisions so I can take a position. I'ma go get it, I'm punching and kicking. I keep on moving, they off of me. Just do it and stop at a talking G. I'm not expressing no modesty. I can't see nobody stopping me. If there's a problem, I gotta solve it. Straight to the top, I can't see myself falling. I gotta grab it, there's no time for stalling. Number one stunner, don't have other options. I want it now and I ain't never gonna back down. Said I'm fired up. I'm sorry your time's up. I see the top and I climb up. Came from the ashes, I rise up. Rise up, rise up. I want it now, I gotta rise up. Rise up, I want it now, I gotta rise up. Rise up, I want it now, I gotta rise up. Rise up, I want it now, I gotta rise up.
Welcome into football tonight right here on KQ2. I'm Chris Roush. Mitchell Ribberall, he's off this week. Don't worry, he'll be back next week for more football tonight, but we have a lot to get to, so let's get right to it. We start right down the road. Over at Noyes Field, Central hosting Blue Valley Northwest. Reggie Trotter's team trying to win their first game of the year. Early first quarter, it's already 7-0 Blue Valley Northwest. One of the top teams in Class 6 in Kansas, striking again. This touchdown here makes it a 14-0 ball game. Still midway through the first quarter. Tough night for Central, not able to get much going in this one against a very tough Blue Valley Northwest team. Hard to stop them. They top Central tonight by a final score of 49-6. To Alumni Stadium we go. Lafayette hosting Savannah. These two split their meetings last year. Savages winning the regular season, Irish winning the postseason. Start second quarter 13-7 Irish. Jaron Saunders rolls to his right, finds Kingston Oliver. He goes down the sideline, touchdown Lafayette. It's 19-7 Irish in front, but ensuing drive. Savannah, historically a ground and pound style of team, and they show it right here on the drive. Alex Hopper getting some blocks, finds a hole, gets a couple of arm tackles, and he is going to make a house call. Pay dirt, 64 yards. Savannah back within one possession. It's 19-13 Lafayette. Fast forward to the end of the half. Lafayette with the ball again. Saunders rolls to his left, finds his playmaker, Carlos Cortez on the quick route, and it's a foot race. It's hard to beat a state track qualifier to the pylon. Touchdown Lafayette. It's 27-13 at the break. Wow, one of those Lafayette scores late to hold off Savannah, 56-49. Out on US 36, Cameron hosting Chillicothe. Dragons trying to snap a two-game losing streak. Chillicothe coming off a loss to Maryville. Start time was delayed due to the rain, but it wasn't enough to cool off the Hornets' first drive. Gage Jeanette tosses to junior Caden Potter, who's able to break past the defense for a big gain on the play. Later in possession, 4th and 8. Jeanette able to drop back, make a break for the corner of the end zone for the first touchdown of the night. The Dragons, though, trying to get something going, kept getting shut down by the Hornets defense with a sack being made by senior Cameron Fleener. Chillicothe keeping the momentum up in the first half after forcing a punt in the end zone. Somewhere, Javon Kill able to run back for a touchdown. Chillicothe takes this one 48-7. Maryville's first home game of the season coming in week 3. They have a tough battle in their own backyard. Smoothhounds matching up with St. Pius. Defensive battle, but the Hounds got on the scoreboard first. Caden Steckline finds the end zone. Touchdown. Maryville goes up 7-0. St. Pius came right back, though, with an answer. Deep pass to Jason Ross. Set the Warriors up in the red zone. Jack Mosh still doing work. Scrambles, finds Robbie Sharp. Hands like Sterling Sharp. He has a touchdown tie game. Offense hard to find the rest of the first half, though. Connor Drake trying to pass, but he's wrapped up by Braden McPhee. A Pius sack ends the drive. Tied at 7 at the break. Fourth quarter we go in this one. Still tied at 7. Jack Mosh, he's real good. Touchdown, 14-7 Warriors with 6:35 to go in the ball game. Inside a minute left, Maryville still doesn't score in the second half, but don't count the Spoof Hounds. Connor Drake, the pass, will keep it himself. Scampers 8 yards to the end zone. Spoof Hounds down just one. PAT on the way. Extra point to tie this ball game up. The PAT attempt no good, goes wide right. St. Pius hangs on, wins 14-13, the good one in Maryville tonight. Plenty more to come on football tonight. You won't want to miss this. 2 top teams in Class 1, East Buchanan and Hamilton battling it out in Gower. Highlights coming up next. And for the first time ever, Bishop Leblanc and St. Joseph Christian meeting on the gridiron. Will the Golden Eagles move to 4-0 or will the Lions pull off the upset? Highlights still to come on football tonight. Welcome back to Football Tonight right here on KQ2. A little bit different this week for head coach of the Benton Cardinals, Kevin Keaton, joining me now. Coach, you're used to playing on Friday nights, but this week a Saturday morning showdown. You guys go on the road down to Central down in Kansas City.
It is different, Chris. We are, as football coaches, unlike, basketball and baseball and wrestling, they have to be adaptable with their time frame. I am such a creature of habits. So last weekend, we had to think about what this week's schedule will look like and prep the kids for a different, week's programming. Now, here's the good thing on that. It allowed us to have an extra day to really dig into some fundamentals, which, you don't get that opportunity on a play on every Friday.
Coach, I know it's been a tough early season for you guys. The tough 2 non-conference games you had, then the Lafayette rivalry game last week. Very good showing in that one. 28-14 loss, though, to Lafayette. But what have you noticed from your guys? I know it's an 0-3 record, but they seem like they're really battling out there week in and week out.
Sure. Well, I can tell you this. Our kids play hard. They play really, really hard. They play for the right reasons. Their whys are right. Our locker room is right. So I love that piece. I love coaching these kids, and all of our coaches. We're really digging into this group.
Benton head coach Kevin Keaton, I'll get you out of here on this one tonight. You guys go down and play Central out of Kansas City tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock kickoff. What's the biggest challenge that they face to you guys?
What are we going to have to do? We're going to have to be us. We have not had a game yet this season where we have not turned the ball over. That's been part of our Achilles heel. We can't have that. We've got to run the wing tee the right way. We've got to keep it all in front of us defensively. Coach Michaels has a great defensive plan ready to go against Central. So we just have to execute.
Kevin Keaton and his Benton Cardinals will head down to Central Kansas City tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. kickoff. Coach, good luck and thanks for coming on tonight.
You, Chris. We appreciate you.
All right, moving on. Battle of 2 top 10 Class 1 football teams. Number 7 East Buchanan hosting number 6 Hamilton on homecoming night. KCI matchup to top it off 2. Opening drive, Connor Musser hands off to Trevor Klein. Sprinting to his left, tiptoeing down the sideline. He'll step out, but gets the chance to finish the drive and take it into the end zone to get the first points on the board. Really good running back for the Bulldogs. Hamilton struggling on offense early, but had the chance to gain momentum on defense right here. Musser dropping back, searching, almost going right through the hands of a Hamilton defender. Carson White of East Buck finds it in his hands, coming down in the red zone. Next play, Musser decline again for 6. East Buck leads 13-0 early into the second quarter. Bulldogs making one last drive. Klein having himself a night. Runs it down the opposing sideline, stretches out, dives for the touchdown. It's good. Number 7 takes it down. Number 6, 22-12. Great top 10 Class 1 showing tonight in this one. Over in Foster, Class 1's third-ranked team, Mid-Buchanan, hosting Lathrop in KCI play. Second quarter, Dragons dominate the running game, continuing to cross the first down markers. Dragons quarterback Rollins Brandt takes the ball and a quarterback keeper picks up yards on the play. A few plays later, Brandt uses his speed to pick up a large gain for another first down for Mid-Buchanan. Mid-Buchanan's really good this year again. After one unsuccessful attempt to move the ball along with an offside, so the Dragons forced the punt with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. But the Mules unable to move the ball down the field, fumble it. Dragons recover, they take advantage, it's up on the 1-yard line. Dragons in on a quick score. Mid-Buchanan rolls tonight. They're now 4-0 on the season. The Dragons getting the victory 48-7. Other KCI scores to pass along to United as well. West Platte, they're 4-0, 39-0 over Lawson. Plattsburgh topping North Platte 22-16 as well tonight. Grand River Conference scores: South Harrison 14, Maysville nothing. Then Trenton 26-0 over Putnam County in this one tonight as well. More scores as well. Polo Gallatin wait on that game to go final, and Milan beating Princeton tonight by a final score of 46-14. Don't touch that remote. Just keep that seat leaned back, refill your popcorn, your drink, because there's so much more football on the way. DeKalb trying to halt East Atchison momentum tonight. Highlights from Tigers and the Wolves still to come. And for the first time ever, Bishop Leblanc and St. Joe Christian meeting on the gridiron. Will the Golden Eagles move to 4-0 or the Lions get the upset? Stay tuned. Welcome back. St. Joseph Christian and Bishop Leblanc. Two schools playing football for years here in town. Leblanc always an 11-man team, St. Joe Christian an 8-man team. But when Leblanc went 8-man 3 years ago, there was a chance for the matchup to happen. Then the Lions went 11-man. But here we are, both teams now in 8-man football. Over at St. Joe Christian, Lions hosting Leblanc. Midway through the first quarter, Eagles marching down the field, landing Gardner out of the gun, keeps it running around the right side, breaks the tackle, finds the end zone. 2-point conversion good. Eagles lead 8-0 early. Still in the first quarter. Eagles with the ball again. Gardner rolling out to his right once more. This time he's got a man downfield. Trey Icky diving for the pylon. That's another score for the Eagles. 16-0 at this point. Eagles going to win this one 44-16. They're 4-0 on the year. Albany and Worth County game tonight. Tigers winning 84-28. And the Wildcats, King City getting a victory tonight over Pattonsburg 64-6. Other scores: Mountain City defeating Southwest Livingston 72-8. And then the South Holt Knights defeating Platte Valley 20-18. On football tonight, the head coach of the Stanberry Bulldogs, the top-ranked team in 8-man football. And coach, it's not what you wanted. No game tonight. Cancellation because of COVID-19. Not on the part of your team, but your opponents tonight. Not what you expected to have here in week number 4, though.
Well, first off, yeah, obviously, you don't ever really want a bye week. Kind of fortunate for us, we had a pretty physical game last week, so it gives us a chance to heal up, and improve from that. So, so far so good. The boys are improving. We've been able to fine tune some things and find things that we thought worked really well that once you get up against a tougher opponent, that did not work well at all. So, it was awesome having a big test last week, with King City, and it's just been a little bit different this week. Everybody's just kind of out of sorts with nothing to not that end goal in mind, but we've still been able to get a lot of stuff done.
A lot of teams dealing with the same thing you guys are, unexpected bye weeks, and it's probably going to continue to happen throughout the season. How have you used this bye week to maybe keep the guys loose and prepared? Because that's a long layoff between week 3 to week 5.
Right. That's the biggest challenge because, the sense of urgency isn't there. You know what I mean? They've got it. They know they don't have anything for a while, but trying to keep it light. We keep it short, quick. Try to do a little bit of fun things with them. We had field goal contest yesterday, nothing crazy, but something just to, hey, we make these field goals, we'll take some sprints off.
Coach, you and I talked about it earlier this weekend as well as last year too, about just how much experience this group has now. Last year they made it a deep run in the playoffs. This year, though, they seem like they're on a different level. How has the experience they've gotten the last couple of years helped them as they prepare to try to make a state run this year?
Oh, for sure. It's huge for us. They just kind of push the younger guys right along in line and show them how to do it. And, they put in that hard work and didn't get to see the results of the wins, and then now they're putting in that same hard work or even harder. And then now the success is there. And, you know how that is. You dangle that carrot of smelling that victory to anybody. And then, everybody kind of marches right along. And it's kind of crazy. Sheer numbers have helped as well, but it's trickled down to our JV. We hadn't won a JV game in 3 or 4 years at least. We just hadn't had the kids because those kids were playing varsity. And this year, we're 2-0 so far in the JV, and so it kind of spreads. It's a contagious thing, and it's a good thing.
Coach, disappointing that your game was canceled tonight, but you and the Bulldogs back at it next week in Week 5. That's Coach Shane Hilton, Stanberry Bulldogs. Thanks for joining me.
All right, thank you very much.
Continuing on, North Andrew hosts Northland Christian Trailblazers. First edition for Northland. Seth Martin's pass deflected, picked off by Hayden Ecker. What a game for him tonight for the Cardinals. returns it to a 20-yard line, and then Ecker takes it himself, gives North Andrew the lead right out of the gate. Next Cardinal drive, guess who? Ecker once again gets the call, the junior running back, this time from 30 yards out. He adds a 2-point conversion. North Andrew up 16-0. Then first quarter winding down, Ecker goes 55 yards to the house. His 5th touchdown of the first quarter. This one all Cardinals. They win tonight 88-20. Don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to get to on football tonight, including our play of the week. We'll tell you who takes home the top prize for week number 3. Andy Cabb trying to halt East Atchison's momentum. Highlights from Tigers and Wolves still to come. Welcome back. We've talked about Stanberry and King City being 2 of the top teams in 8-man football, both in the Grand River Conference, but how about East Atchison, the Wolves undefeated 3-0 and coming out of the 275 Conference? To DeKalb we go. East Atchison Wolves visiting the Tigers. Wolves win the coin toss. Game starts with East Atchison kicking to DeKalb, fielded by Xander Matson, quickly taken down by the Wolves, but drive not done. Matson moves the ball down the field with a nice run, large gain, gives the Tigers a first down and sets them up to score. And a few set of downs later, a quick timeout. Tigers quarterback Drake Miller takes the airborne to Matson for the first score of the game. Tigers out in front. It's unsafe 2-point conversion. Tigers line up to kick off the Wolves. East Atchison returns it. Kalen Merriweather turns the ball 65 yards for the Wolves' first touchdown of the night. After that, East Atchison takes control in this one. They go on to win this one by a final score tonight of 54-6. Other scores, Rockport beating Nottoway Valley 70-24. Rockport outscored Nottoway Valley 56-0 in the final 3 quarters to win this ball game. And joining me to help break down 8-man football tonight, of course, Devin Albertson, coming to us from his car tonight. Devin, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Chris. All the way here in Concordia, so found a gas station.
Wow, you are quite a ways away from Northwest Missouri, but what a night of 8-man football it was. I know you were kind of out of the area covering football up here, but just really what stood out to you from what you've seen?
Worth County getting a big win over Albany, a pretty impressive margin. 84-28 was impressive. And then the 275, kind of that battle for the second-best team. South Holt holding on and beating Platte Valley 20-18 was very interesting, and South Holt getting that big win there. You said there right before we came on here, Rockport scoring 56 straight points because Nottoway Valley was also very impressive. So a couple of interesting scores up north today.
As we're getting deeper into this year, we're 4 weeks in now. Bishop LeBlanc, they're 4-0. Stanberry, they're 3-0 because Osceola game could not be played tonight because of COVID-19 protocols for Osceola. There are some teams trying to separate themselves. What does the landscape look like right now?
I think we have 3 or 4 teams at the top with like Stanberry, King City, Drexel, EA, who I think are the best teams. And there's a group of like 5 to 6 more that I think are really good, but I'm not sure if they're quite to that level. I think next couple of weeks we'll kind of figure some things out. We got Worth County, King City next week. Bishop LeBlanc travels to Archie next week as well. East Atchison, Rockport, where we get some more clarity in the next couple of weeks, I think.
8-man football analyst Devin Albertson, thank you so much for joining us from your car on the way back from Concordia. Appreciate it as always.
Thanks, Chris.
That was Devin Albertson. Don't go anywhere. We've got more highlights from Kansas for you as well. Pleasant Ridge over Mar Hill 42-28. Atchison getting a win over Wyandotte 38-16. Not done in Kansas just yet. Hiawatha 56-0 over Riverside. 55-0, excuse me. And then Troy gets a victory 10-6 tonight. We've got a lot more to get to on football tonight, including our play of the week. We'll tell you who takes home the top prize coming up next. You voted all week long for our Anderson Auto Play of the Week. This week's winner, East Buchanan's Trevor Klein, and his run for a touchdown, breaking some tackles on his way in for 6 against Lathrop last week in week number 3. We'll have our next Play of the Week nominees up on Monday, beginning at 5 o'clock. You have all week until Friday at noon next week to vote. Go to our website, KQ2.com. You can go to the Features tab, under Contest, Play of the Week, and cast your votes next week. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on Football Tonight. We'll be back next week. Mitchell Ribrow will be back as well. We'll see you then next Friday at 10:35.